Now it's time for our final story. This one's called Dish of the Day. Denmark is famous for butter, bacon, and delicious pastries. But one resident decided to serve up a distinctly untraditional dish. Meet Laura Mortensen.
I am studying at the Danish School of Journalism in Aarhus, and that's second biggest city in Denmark.
The culinary masterpiece Laura cooked up would make animal lovers sick to their stomachs. In June 2008, Laura and her friends are having a dinner party with a difference. Their entree as a very unusual ingredient.
I would say before doing the whole thing, it was like a very, very weird experience because, I mean, how often do you eat such an animal? But after it was cooked in a nice way, and it just looked like, I mean, meat. It looked like chicken when it was there, so it was not that scary to eat.
Laura cautiously leads the way.
And I think when we took the first bite, it was a little bit on the edge, but after that it was actually not that bad.
The meal made headlines around the world.
And gets on the front of the newspapers, like on page 1 of the newspapers. And the next couple of days, it was like everywhere in the medias in Denmark.
It all started 1 week earlier, when Laura and her colleagues are discussing story ideas for their college magazine.
We were talking about the different ways we treat animals here in Denmark. We treat the production animals very badly. We treat our pets like they were our kids. We buy them expensive jewelry and special clothes, and we thought that that was kind of like weird. Shouldn't all animals be treated just the same? Since we are a magazine for journalism students, we thought that it could be interesting to do the story in another way.
Their provocative plan starts with cooking an animal that people usually cuddle rather than cover in sauce.
So we contacted a farmer. We told him about the whole project. He thought it was an interesting idea, and he said that he would like to help us.
The next day, the farmer delivers the special meat.
We contacted a chef at a restaurant because we need a person who knows how to cook such an animal. And he said that it sounded like an interesting job, and he would like to do that.
Then the chef arrives to cook up the momentous meal.
He prepared it like rabbit. He said that the meat was a bit like rabbit meat, and we had a photographer there taking pictures of it. After that, we got together around the table.
Everything is set now for the taste test.
It's kind of a cliche because when people taste weird things, they always say that it's like chicken. But that was actually the case this time too.
To everyone's surprise, the meal actually tastes pretty good. So what was the mystery meat?
But still, it was a weird experience sitting there and eating a cat. Is it worse to eat a cat than to eat another animal? Isn't this just about how we treat the animal before we eat them? It was just a way to show that all animals are equal.
So is this story the cat's pajamas? Or is it just a bunch of fluff? You don't have to wait much longer to find out.